Hi, welcome to Yoga with Luann. Today we're going to be doing a sequence that will involve standing poses, some abdominal work, some seated postures. So before we get started, I encourage you to grab any props you might like to have, a blanket or a yoga block, and let's get started. So we're going to begin by lying down in Makarasana or crocodile pose. So go ahead and lay down flat on your mat, your belly flat on the mat, and place your arms out in front of you. Hands can grasp opposite elbows. Your legs are extended behind you, toes pointed out to the sides. And you can rest your head on your forearms. And in this posture, allow yourself to release. Whatever you were doing before this class, just set that aside. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in, and exhale with an audible sigh. And one more time, deep breath in, really filling the back with your breath. And on the exhale, sigh it out. And as you lie here, breathing deeply, become aware of how the floor supports your body. Become aware of how, on an inhale, your belly fills with air and presses against the floor, and how it contracts on the exhale. And continue with this mindful breathing as we stay here. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Perhaps you're looking for an energetic class today and willing to challenge yourself a little more. Or perhaps you need to just pull back and have a more relaxing, mindful practice. Just take note of that. And as we move through the practice, I'll be cueing you through the postures, but know that it's up to you to determine to what degree you push yourself. You will always be the best guide in that regard. So on your next exhale, go ahead and release the hands. Bring your palms to either side of the chest and rest your forehead on the mat for a moment. Bring your legs, your toes pointed behind you, your knees together. And on an inhale, push yourself up to a tabletop position. You can place your knees a little distance apart. Then go ahead and rest your hips back on your heels to come into child's pose. Your arms are extended before you, palms are pressed into the mat. Your fingers are spread wide. Go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat. And really push your hips back onto your heels and feel that lengthening of the spine that happens. And breathe deeply here. And again, notice how the breath fills your belly, and then how the belly retracts on the exhale. Notice the movement in your body with your breath. And let your breath be your guide through this practice. Your next inhale, push up to a tabletop position. Curl your toes under and raise your hips up to come into plank pose. And from plank, take a few breaths here, building up the strength in our arms. Our hands are directly below our shoulders. Heels are pressing back. Feel that energy from the tips of your heels to the crown of your head. On an exhale, go ahead and slowly lower to the floor, bending your elbows to your sides. When your belly hits the mat, go ahead and press up into a cobra pose. So we're pressing down with our palms. Toes are pointed behind us. And really, the work is in the lower back here, raising up the head, neck, and chest. And release. Push back up into plank pose. Take a breath here. Lower down. And push yourself up into downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet here. Roll back forward into plank position. Slowly lower down to cobra. Push back up to downward facing dog. Roll back into plank. On the exhale, lower to the mat. On the inhale, push up to cobra. Exhale, back to the mat. Push up to downward dog. And then we'll take small steps forward to the top of our mat. Push up through your feet, your arms overhead. Enjoy that stretch. Maybe take a little back bend at the top. And then release your hands to prayer position at center chest. We're going to do some warm-ups here. So we'll start with the side bend. So I'm going to face you this way. So feet are about hip distance apart. We'll raise the right hand up overhead and lean over towards the left. Let your left arm, left hand extend towards the ground. Feel that opening on your right side. Come back up to standing. Release the right arm on an inhale. Raise the left arm up overhead. And lean over towards the right, letting that right hand sink towards the floor. Left hand arches over. And feel that opening in the left ribs. Come back up to center and release that left hand down to your side. We'll do some shoulder rolls. So beginning in a counterclockwise fashion. Roll your shoulders up to your ears on the inhale, and then on the exhale, roll them down your back, releasing those shoulder blades down the back. And moving with your breath here. And reverse. And then we'll do some arm circles. So starting with big circles, really extend your arms out. And then as you make your circles smaller, you might go a little faster. And then we'll reverse that, starting with small circles and then slowing down as they get bigger. And then clasp your hands behind you and pulling your shoulder blades together, extending your hands towards the floor. Expand your chest. And notice as you breathe in how the chest expands. You can extend your lower back, lengthen your lower back, tuck your tailbone, and enjoy that deep breath. We'll do some easy twists here from side to side. So just twisting at the torso from one side to the other, letting your arms flop against your body. The opposite heel can come up each time you twist. Really take up space on your mat, take up space in your room. You can bend your elbows. And we'll come back to stillness. And we'll do some hip rotations. So again, your feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. And we'll move clockwise first. So again, moving with your breath. On the inhale, we're just slowly rotating the hips. And then we'll reverse direction. And coming back to stillness. Let's stand in Tadasana at the top of the mat. So in Tadasana, feet are hip distance apart. And you're really grounding down through the feet. When you do that, feel how it activates your thighs. And with that, how your pelvic floor lifts. You can elongate the spine. Your pelvic floor will lift a little higher. Roll your shoulders up and down your back. Feel how those lower ribs knit together. Chest is expanded. Press your chin back to make your neck straight. Chin's parallel to the floor. Your arms are hanging at your side. Your palms are turned out. Again, grounding down through the feet. Thighs are active. Pelvic floor is lifted. Lower back is extending. Chest is expanded, neck is straight. And feel the strength of this pose. Place your right hand on your belly. Become mindful of the movement of the breath again. I'm going to begin with some standing poses. So moving into warrior two, we'll shift the weight to the left foot and step the right foot back. The right foot can be parallel with the back of your mat. Hip points are facing the long side of the mat. Right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Front leg is bent. And if you feel stable, bring your arms up to your chest level and extend out from your heart. And notice when you do that, how your chest expands. It's a great opportunity to lengthen that lower back again. Notice how your lower ribs knit together. You're gazing out, pushing your chin back for a straight neck. You're gazing out over your left fingertips. Grounding down through the feet, your thighs are active. Your pelvis is supported. Releasing the right hand down to your thigh. Flip the left palm up to the sky and arch back to reverse your warrior. Just like we felt in that side bend, feel the air moving through your left ribs as you breathe. Coming forward, place the left forearm on the left thigh. Bring the right hand overhead for right angle pose. Dropping that right shoulder down the back. Feel that long diagonal from the tips of your right fingers to the side of your right foot. And you're really supporting yourself through your core here, not necessarily leaning down on that thigh, but really supporting your core with your abdominal muscles. And this is an expansive pose. So your chest should be open. From here, we'll move into Trikonasana, so straightening that left leg. Your left back of your left hand comes against the left thigh, and you're reaching straight up. Again, expanding through the chest. Your gaze can be up at your hand, can be down towards the floor. Coming back to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes inward. Bring your stance a little bit closer. And we're standing in a wide angle pose. We're going to move through archer pose. So bending the right knee, coming down. You can have your hands in prayer position at your chest. Try to keep your back upright. And we're going to move from side to side here. So inhale. On your exhale, move to the left. And we'll come back to stillness. Turn the right toes up to the back of your mat. Left foot is parallel to the other end of your mat. And we're coming into our warrior two sequence on this side. So bring your hands to your chest. Well, first, let's ground down through our feet. Activating our thighs, pelvic floor is lifted. Lengthening that lower back. Bringing your hands to your chest. Extend from the heart center. Knit those lower ribs together. Expand the chest. Push your chin back. And extend your gaze over your right fingers. Release your left hand down to your thigh. Flip your right palm up. Leaning forward, arch back. And allow the breath to fill the right side of your rib cage. Coming back to center, we'll come into right angle pose on this side. So the right forearm and set on the right thigh. Bring your left arm overhead. Don't overextend the shoulder. Pull that shoulder blade back onto your back. Straightening that front leg. Place the back of the right hand against the right calf. Extend your left arm up overhead for Trikonasana. And again, we're grounding down through the feet. Thighs are strong here. Drop that left shoulder blade down the back. Expand the chest. Coming back to warrior two. And we'll cartwheel the hands down to the mat. And come into a low lunge. Lower that back knee down. And then twist open to the side. And release. And we'll switch legs. So right leg goes back, left leg comes forward, lower to your back knee. And if you want a little more challenge, you can stay in a high lunge. And release. And we're going to come into a seated position. So let's start. We're going to do some abdominal work. And we're going to start with some leg lifts. So go ahead and lean back onto your elbows, supporting your upper body with your elbows. Place your left foot on the mat, flat on the mat with your knee bent. And then your right leg is extended out before you. Really press through the heel of that leg. And we're going to do some leg lifts. Moving with the breath here. So exhale up. Extending on the inhale. We'll do the opposite side. So placing your right foot down, your knee bent, left leg extends out in front of you. You're really pushing through the heel of that foot. Upper body is supported by your elbows. Your palms are flat on the mat. You're really pressing down through your palms and your right foot. Bring that left foot up to as high as you can lift it. And we're going to do some bicycle leg lifts. Get a little more challenge here. So both of your legs are extended out before you. Point the toes here. And we'll alternate legs. So on an inhale, pull the right leg in. Exhale, pull the left leg in. And coming back to center, go ahead and lower down so that your back is resting on the floor. Arms are extended out to a T. And we'll bring the legs up so that the shins are parallel to the ceiling. And on an exhale, go ahead and let the knees rock over towards the right. Not necessarily coming all the way to the floor. On an inhale, bring them back up to center and exhale to the opposite side. So you're moving side to side, not necessarily touching the floor with your knees, but just enjoying that challenge of the twist that happens when you move from side to side, really strengthening those side abdominal muscles. Maybe you're getting a little vertebrae pops out of it too. And come back to center. Go ahead and roll up. Go ahead and roll back and forth. And come up into a seated position. You're going to come into plank pose again. So beginning from tabletop, hands directly below your shoulders, fingers are spread wide. You're really pressing down through your palms. And as you do that, actually, let's do some cat-cow here. So knees are directly below your hips. On an inhale, you're extending your spine from crown to tail. And on the exhale, pulling your navel towards your spine, arching your back up. Extending on the inhale. Holding your navel in on the exhale. And here, let's step back to plank pose. And in plank, you're pressing out through the heels. Your palms are pressing down into the mat. Let's take a couple breaths here. And roll over into side plank on the left-hand side. So your body is supported by your hand on the mat, and you're resting your feet on the side of your left foot. If you're stable, you can reach your arms straight up. Lift your leg if you like, a little additional. Lots of ways to challenge yourself in this pose. But this is fine right here. It's a great place to start. Come back into plank position. Spreading those fingers out. Go ahead and lower your belly to the mat. Come up into cobra. Release. Come back into your plank. And we're going to do side plank on the right side. So rolling onto the side of your right foot. Left foot is stacked over it. Extend your left arm up. Raise your left leg if you like a little extra. Grab the toes. Extend out in front of you. Really trying to keep your hips lifted here. Building the strength in your arm, in your core. Bring your hands back to the mat, into plank. Lower to your belly. Come up into cobra. Lower your chin to the mat. We're going to do locust pose here. So we'll start with single-legged locust. And then we'll do the front of our body, and then we'll do all of our body. So in locust, your hands are at your side. Your feet are out, extended out behind you. And go ahead and put your feet together, point your toes, starting with a single leg lift on an inhale. Lift the leg. And release. And on your exhale, lift the opposite leg. And release. And now we'll lift the head, neck, and shoulders and arms. So on an inhale, exhale, and lift. Gaze should be downward. You're not cranking your neck back. You can grab opposite hands if you like. Sometimes it helps to clasp your hands and pull towards your feet. And release. And now on the next exhale, we'll lift feet, hands, legs, arms, chest, neck, and head. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, lift. And relax. Your hands to either side of your chest. Push yourself up to tabletop position. And we'll come into a seated posture. So first we'll do a seated spinal twist. So bring your left foot near your right hip. Take your right foot on the opposite side of your left knee. So your left knee's in front of you. And place your right hand behind you. You can use that to keep your back upright. Bring your left arm up, and you can grasp your knee. If you're very flexible, you can place your elbow in front of your knee to support twisting your torso. But really avoid cranking your back. Just go ahead and enjoy that twist. Keep your head aligned with your chest. And release, and we'll do the opposite side. So switching your legs, you bring your right foot towards your left hip, your left foot on the opposite side of your right knee. Left arm is behind you, supporting your back, keeping it upright. Left arm comes up and wraps around that left knee. And you're twisting at the torso. Your chin remains aligned with your chest. Just enjoying that twist, massaging the organs. And release. We'll come into head to knee pose. So extend the left leg out in front of you, really pressing through the heel. Bring that right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Raising your arms up overhead. Push your chin back. And extending through your spine, bending at the waist, begin to come forward to a forward fold. Your hands can rest wherever they fall. And we're really focusing on bringing that head, the forehead towards the shin. Feel those lines of energy line from your pelvis out the heel of your foot, and from the pelvis out through the crown of your head. Return to the breath. On your inhale, perhaps you can move out of the pelvis a little more. And on your exhale, perhaps you can sink a little deeper into the pose. Letting your hands step you back up to sitting upright. We'll switch sides. So extend the right leg out in front of you, really pushing out through the heel. Left foot is against the right thigh. Bringing your arms up overhead on an inhale. Tuck your chin and extend through the spine, through the waist, bending at the waist. Let your arms fall where they will. Hands could be on the shin, on the mat. And grab the foot if you're able. And with the inhale, are you able to pull that spine, elongate that spine out of the pelvis a little more? Feel that energy line down the leg, through your spine. The inhale, can you lengthen a little more? And with the exhale, can you relax into the pose? Using your hands to come back up into a seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. And we're going to do our final inversions now. So we'll start with holding the ceiling. So go ahead and lay down flat on your back. And your arms can be extended at your side. And we're just going to bring the legs up towards the ceiling, bring the feet up towards the ceiling. And again, really pushing through the heels. We are holding that ceiling up with the strength of our legs. Feel that line of energy from your pelvis, up the legs, through the heels. This is a very active pose. Simple, but active. From here, we'll come into shoulder stand again. So from hold the ceiling, go ahead and shimmy your shoulder blades close together on your back. Place your elbows, let your elbows press into the mat. We're going to come up into shoulder stand and place our hands near our lower back. And in shoulder stand, you're essentially standing on your shoulders. If you're stable and comfortable, you could bring your elbows closer together. Bring your feet up. Bring your legs to straight if you're able. If you want a little more challenge, you can lower your legs into plow pose behind you. Stretch out your legs and plow. Bring it into dead man's pose with your knees at your eyebrows. So good to take yourself into an upside down position once in a while. Let the blood drain out of your legs. Filling your belly and your heart with more blood. And when you're ready, go ahead and let your shoulder blades roll out from behind your back. And vertebrae by vertebrae, lower your spine back to the mat, bringing your legs out in front of you. So when you're lying flat on your back, go ahead and bring your arms to a T and drawing the right knee in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. Bring that knee to your armpit. And then tucking the foot behind the knee, go ahead and shift the hips over to the right a bit and draw that left knee towards the floor, over your body and towards the floor. Gaze out over the right hand. You can place your left hand on top of the right knee. Give it a little more resistance, if you like. And coming back to center, switch sides. So bring your hips back to center, extend the legs out, bring that left sole of your foot onto the mat, shift your hips towards the left. Actually, before we do that, pull that left knee into the chest, pull the knee towards the left armpit, and bringing the sole of the foot by the right knee. Shift your hips to the left and bring that left knee over towards the right side. You can guide it a bit with your right hand if you want to increase the twist a bit. Gaze out over your left hand. And coming back to center. Let's come into the final resting pose of Shavasana. So come long on your mat, extend your legs out to the sides, feet flop out to the sides. If you like to have a blanket here or a cushion under your head, go ahead and grab your props. We're going to do our relaxation here. So arms are at your sides, palms are facing up. And in Shavasana, release all effort. Close your eyes. Let your eyeballs sink into their sockets. Let your breath resume its natural rhythm. Become aware of the movement of the breath in your belly. Expansion on the inhale. Contraction on the exhale. Feel the floor beneath you, how it's supporting you, cradling you. We're going to do a systematic relaxation where we essentially move our energy from point to point throughout the body, moving from the crown of the head to the toes, and then back up And we do this with our breath and our awareness. So bring your breath and your awareness to the crown of your head. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, move that energy to your forehead, your temples, your cheekbones. Breathe into the corner of your eyes and exhale through the nostrils, feeling the air as it passes through. Relax your jawbones, relax your lips, your tongue, your throat. Bring your breath and awareness to your shoulders, your lower arms, your elbows, your wrists. Breathe into the palm of your hand and exhale through your fingertips. Breathe into the back of your hand. Bring your awareness to the back of your arms, your shoulders. Take a deep breath into your heart center. Bring your breath and your awareness to the navel, to your pelvis, to your thighs. Breathe into your knees. Bring your awareness to your shins, your ankles, to the tops of your feet. Take a deep breath into your toes. Relax the soles of your feet and your ankles, and your calves. Breathe into the backs of your knees, your thighs, your glutes. Take a deep breath into your lower back. Relax your middle back, your upper back, your neck. Breathe into the back of your head. And exhale through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath from the crown of your head, moving that breath through your body down to your toes, and then back up to the crown of the head. Take a couple of breaths like this and experience the space that you've created throughout your body. Bring some small movements into your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your side. And slowly push yourself up to a seated position with your eyes closed. On an inhale, raise your arms up overhead. And on the exhale, bring your prayer hands to center chest. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.